The jury said guilty. But the full story was far from over.
Detectives had the photos. Now they had Jodi in the room.
She walked in, calm, too calm. Then the question.
Her story changed again and again. From I wasn't there to it was self-defense.
The trial gripped the nation. Rage versus fear. And the verdict would change everything.
The full confession. The explosive trial.
Investigators started noticing disturbing details that didn't match Jodi's story.
This person. Something about the timeline didn't make sense.
Then they discovered something shocking inside Travis's camera. Deleted photos, recovered by forensic experts.
These recovered images held answers to what happened that day.
And suddenly, everything pointed to one person.
Jodi Arias.
Detectives prepared for the most important interrogation of the case.
What happened next would shock the entire country. The interrogation had officially begun.
At first, Jodi seemed calm. Too calm. Then detectives showed her the evidence.
Her expression changed instantly.
Now the lies were starting to fall apart. You can't keep this up. Tell me the truth.
And the truth was slowly coming out.
The recovered photos proved she was there that night.
And there was no way to explain it.
So detectives asked the question everyone wanted answered.
Where were you on the night of the 15th?
Did Jodi Arias kill Travis Alexander?
For a moment, the room went completely silent. This was the night everything changed. She moved silently through the shadows, her steps measured and cautious. Every creak of the house heightens the sense of intrusion. In the silence before chaos, every shadow whispers of what's to come. This quiet is the calm before the storm.
Jodi avoided eye contact with the detectives.
Detectives were watching every movement closely. Her hands started shaking slightly. Then detectives placed another photo in front of her. It showed Travis Alexander just minutes before his death.
Her calm attitude began to crack.
Why were you in his house that night, Jodi?
The argument escalated. Silent gestures turned into physical confrontation. He grabbed her arm and she pushed back. The bathroom door was closed, but the sounds inside were unmistakable. Crime scene tape fluttered in the still air, evidence glowing under the beam. Red and blue lights pulsed like a heartbeat slowing down.
She paused for several seconds.
I don't know how to say this, but I have to tell you something important.
The story's about to change.
I can sense it.
It's not adding up.
But what she said next shocked everyone in the room.
The interrogation is beginning. The room is silent, the pressure mounting. Where were you on the night of the 15th? The detective's questions are designed to break the suspect's silence. Answer me.
I didn't mean for it to happen.
The suspect's voice trembled as she confessed.
It was an accident.
She claimed the night started like any other visit. A relationship full of love and tension. You always twist my words!
Because you lied to me.
I'm not lying, you're impossible! This is toxic! The evidence points to a pattern of deliberate concealment. We're getting closer to the source. The evidence links the suspect to the crime scene. Fingerprints and witness statements confirm his involvement. Now detectives were hearing her version of the story. But something still didn't add up. Because the evidence told a very different story. Police have arrived at the scene. Officers are moving quickly to secure the house. They're entering now. Investigator begins by documenting the evidence on the coffee table. Next, the focus shifts to the sofa, where another marker is photographed. The evidence pointed to a larger conspiracy. They just needed to connect the final dots. And the interrogation was far from over. The truth about that night was still hidden. Soon, the case of Travis Alexander would reach the courtroom. Media from across the country gathered to witness the trial. Inside the courtroom, the atmosphere was tense. The defendant arrives at the courthouse for the start of her trial. The media is here in full force, capturing the moment. The judge enters the courtroom and takes his seat at the bench, signaling the trial is now in session. Jodi Arias walked in quietly, facing the consequences of that night. Travis Alexander's family sat silently, waiting for justice. Prosecutors presented the shocking evidence recovered by investigators. The photos revealed the brutal reality of the crime scene.
I didn't want this. It wasn't supposed to happen. I can't do this. I'm sorry.
Her defense claimed she acted in self-defense. But the jury had to decide which story was true. The timeline presented by prosecutors told a chilling story.
For weeks, the courtroom heard disturbing details.
The prosecution presents key evidence to the jury. These photographs and documents are central to the case. The defense attorney argues that the prosecution has not met its burden of proof, emphasizing the lack of direct evidence. The jurors listen in silence, absorbing every word. Their focused expressions and diligent note-taking reveal the gravity of the evidence presented. Every word mattered in this highly publicized trial. The entire nation was watching. Finally, the jury left the courtroom to decide her fate. Hours passed, and the tension grew. Everyone waited for the verdict. Then the jury returned. The room fell completely silent. The verdict would change everything.
The jury found Jodi Arias guilty of first-degree murder.
For Travis's family, it was a moment of painful justice.
Jodi Arias sat silently as the verdict echoed in the courtroom.
One of America's most shocking true crime cases had reached its end.
But Travis Alexander's story would never be forgotten. A life lost in a relationship filled with secrets and obsession.
Breaking news in the high-profile trial. The suspect's alibi is being questioned and courtroom drama is unfolding.
The crowd presses forward in silent, tense anticipation, cameras capturing every moment of this historic event. A moment of shared grief where words fail and only the strength of family can provide solace. The case has split public opinion, with supporters and critics locked in a bitter debate. Outside the courthouse, tension is high.
Global crisis unfolds as news breaks. Social media erupts with reactions. World maps light up with alerts. Streets fill with urgent activity.
In the fading light, the scene of tragedy holds its silence, a stark reminder of how quickly peace can shatter. In the warmth of the sun, your smile still lights our way. Your joy, forever etched in our hearts. After a tense deliberation, the jury has reached a guilty verdict on all counts. The suspect is now being escorted from the courtroom. After weeks of testimony, the jury has reached a verdict. The defendant is guilty on all charges. Sentencing is scheduled. And with that, the chapter closes.
But some questions would never truly be answered.
Key evidence review and witness testimony have been thoroughly analyzed, leading case at a clear closed.
"4 years have passed, but I was just waiting. Every day here a new case is made. Some say I was Ruby's puppet, some say I was the mastermind. Look, today I am writing the truth I've ever known here. Not just my story, but Onsua's story. Now the world will know what I hid will now be in front of everyone, and this is just the beginning."